All right, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Alvin Kindle, file number 24-00058FY. Appearance for the record.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Petrosky on behalf of the people.
And Attorney Luke Goodrich from the Public Defender's Office here to represent Mr. Kindle, who's standing to my right today.
How are you, Mr. Kindle?
I'm fine, Your Honor.
Today was the date set for a preliminary examination for assault with a dangerous weapon and a, let me see here. 1-2 counts of felon in possession of firearm and 1-2 counts of multiple counts of felon in possession of ammunition, and then 4 counts of felony firearm and a 4th offense notice. And so we're ready to at least begin the exam. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I would be beginning today's exam with one officer witness.
Okay. How many witnesses in total did you intend to call for this exam?
For this exam, there's 1 lay witness and 3 officer witnesses, so 4 total.
Okay. And did your lay witness ever appear?
No, I spoke with him on the phone yesterday. He had actually moved, and so we had sent the subpoena to his old address. I have his new address, so he'll be probably subpoenaed for the next date. And
okay. And then you had 2 officer witnesses?
3 officer witnesses total. 2 of them had engagements going on this afternoon, and they weren't able to reschedule, so they are unable to be here for this afternoon. I've got 1 who was able to be here.
Okay, so we're going to begin, and then there's a motion to continue the exam.
Yes.
Okay, and then you're placing an objection on the record?
Yes, we will object to that.
Okay, the objection is noted, but the court will find good cause to continue. Due to the subpoena issue, and then also the court's availability today, making us having to start this exam later in the afternoon. So you can call your first witness unless there's some other preliminary matters.
No preliminary matters from the people.
Thank you.
No, Your
The people will call Officer Donovan Moore, and I will go get him.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
I do.
Thank you. You can have a seat. All right, can you state your first and last name and spell both?
Donovan Moore, DONOVAN MOORE.
You can proceed, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Officer Moore. Where do you work?
Atlanta Police Department.
And what is your title?
I'm a road patrol officer.
What are your duties?
I respond to calls on the street and either arrest people or trespass people. Just any calls on the street. Someone called dispatch.
Were you working on November 16th, 2023?
Yes, I was.
And on that day, were you dispatched to 524 Chestnut Street?
Yes.
Is that in Lansing?
Yes. I was.
Ingham County?
Yes.
State of Michigan?
Yes.
And what were you dispatched for?
It was a weapons incident call.
Okay. What did you do when you arrived?
Well, the call itself, someone called about a 40-year-old black male who's bald, stubby, gray and white facial hair, pointed silver handgun at the caller. And so when I first got there, the caller initially greeted me, opened up the door. I told him to go sit outside in the car, and he wasn't sure where the subject was still. So we were looking around for this guy, and we couldn't find him at all. And so we assumed he was back in apartment number 2 based off my previous encounter with the different caller.
Okay. And so that previous encounter with the different caller, that call led you to believe that the suspect was in apartment 2?
Yes.
Did you or any other officers go to apartment number 2?
Just on 11/16.
Yeah, on 11/16.
Yes,
Okay. And what was that, you or was that a different officer?
it was a different officer.
Did those officers, did they speak with any of the residents of apartment number 2?
I was advised, yes.
And did you at some point, when in the time that you were dispatched, did you take part in a search of apartment number 2?
Yes, I did.
And where did you, what parts of the apartment did you search?
I searched the kitchen and then I searched the bathroom.
Did you find anything notable in the bathroom?
Yes. When I first walked in, I saw a red shotgun round in the medicine cabinet right above the sink. And then I checked in the toilet. I had to lift up the back arrow, and I saw a small silver handgun that matched the description of what the caller was.
So you checked the toilet?
Yes.
Like the tank behind the toilet?
Yes, the tank
Oh,
behind
the
the
tank,
toilet.
okay.
Was that handgun loaded?
Yes, it was.
Do you know, I guess, how many bullets were loaded in the handgun?
It was 1 round in the chamber and 5 in the magazine.
And those were a different type of ammunition, or were those the different type of ammunition than the shell that you had found in the medicine cabinet?
Yes, it was different.
At some point during your investigation, did you speak with Alvin Kindle?
Yes, I did.
And did he match the description that was given to you by the victim?
Yeah, so the description the victim gave me was a bald 40-year-old black male, white stubby, white and gray stubble for facial hair. He's wearing a blue shirt, blue jeans, black pants. He was around 5'10" and weighed anywhere between 180 and 210 pounds. And so when I was advised that officers were talking and saying a few subjects, apartment number 2 walked over to the back of the patrol car. Alvin looked, he's bald, had a white and gray stubble for facial hairs, a black male, around 40, late 40s. He's wearing a blue hoodie and a blue long sleeve, blue jeans and black pants.
Okay. Were there any other of those, did any of those other individuals match that description as well?
No, none of the other individuals.
So when you spoke with Mr. Kindle, well, I guess, I don't want to put words in here. Did you say that you had 4 individuals detained?
I did not detain anybody. I don't remember how many specifically.
Okay. When you spoke with Mr. Kindle, was he detained?
Yes,
But prior to speaking with him, did you read him his Miranda rights?
I did, yes.
And did he agree to speak with you after you had read him his rights?
He did agree, yes.
Did Mr. Kindle say anything to you regarding a shotgun?
Yes, he told me there was a shotgun. The only gun he had in his apartment was a shotgun in the closet.
And those were his statements to you.
Yes.
Did he reference any contact with the victim in this case?
He did. I asked him about the whole incident involving the victim. He did tell me he did go over there to talk to the victim. He told me he didn't have a gun or anything at all, but he did go to talk to him.
No further questions.
Cross-examination.
Officer Moore, did you have a search warrant before searching this apartment?
No,
Why did you go into the apartment?
one of the, I believe it was Alvin's wife, gave consent to search the apartment.
Did she give that consent to you or somebody else?
Somebody else.
Okay, so you kind of got that information secondhand then?
Yes, by my partner.
And you said that you found a gun in the back of the toilet, correct?
Yes.
Did you check to see if that gun was registered to anybody?
Later on, I did, I believe.
Do you know who it was registered to?
I don't recall.
Was it registered to Mr. Kindle?
I don't recall who was registered to.
Did you check to see who lease that apartment?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you're not aware if Mr. Kindle was even on the lease there?
No, not at all.
Were there any other people that were in the apartment when you arrived on scene?
So when I arrived on scene, I didn't talk to anybody until they were all outside of the apartment. And then I think I saw 3 people. I'm trying to recall, but I think I saw 3 people out in the front of the complex and out in the back.
Okay, so there appeared to be 4 people who came out of that apartment?
Yes.
And okay, so Mr. Kindle was already outside when you found this gun, correct?
Yes.
So you never saw him, in the apartment anywhere near the toilet or anything along those lines?
Correct.
And now, what else did you find in the bathroom? I remember, I know you stated that 1 shotgun shell and then this gun. Was there anything else that you located in that bathroom?
I believe that was it.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Can you redirect for this officer?
Yes. When you spoke to Mr. Kindle, did you ask if he lived in apartment number 2?
Yes.
And what did he tell you?
He did tell me that he lived there. He was getting upset, kind of like the whole situation that was evolving from when he was speaking to why he was so frustrated. He lived there with his wife, and then he was getting frustrated because someone was peeking at his wife through the window.
And would you recognize Mr. Kindle if you saw him today?
Yes.
Is he present in the courtroom?
Yes, yes.
Can you describe where he's located in the article of his clothing?
To my left, wearing a blue, I believe it's a long sleeve with a white t-shirt.
Let the record reflect that Officer Moore has identified the defendant.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Idea is noted.
Thank you. No further questions.
Thank you, Ms. Gittens, please excuse.
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Officer Moore. Okay, so we will adjourn this to the next available date so that we can call our next witnesses, and you just need time to subpoena your lay witness.
And we would ask for the date as soon as possible, considering Mr. Kindle is incarcerated.
March 21st at 10.
March 21st at 10. Okay, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
None from the defense, Your
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
None for the people.
Honor. No, Your Honor.
Okay, we're all set for today.
Thank you.